To another one of my MotoGP career races. This is in the Moto2 class still, and we are at the Brno Grand Prix in Czech Republic. I've had an absolutely horrendous qualifying. It was a wet qualifying, it was raining quite hard, and I've qualified down in 11th, I believe. The game did glitch out a little bit and it didn't show me the results, but yeah, I'm 1.1 second off in 11th place. Not the best qualifying ever, but we're just going to have to hope that we can push the bike to the limit in these changing conditions, because I believe it's starting in a wet race and it will dry up. And we're just going to get into this and see what happens, really. After a poor qualifying, I'm hoping to get maybe third, but it really depends on what I do in the first lap. If I do some decent things in the first lap, I can do a bit better, but if I don't, then third will be the best chance. I got a very good start there. I felt the acceleration there. I don't have very much speed in my bike though, so I am losing a position there off the start. God, Corsi just went around the outside of me. Corsi and Simon went around the outside of me. That was not great. Cortese alongside him now. Cortese. I just need to get up alongside him. Pass him somewhere. Oh, come on. I need to find some speed in this bike. This is a terrible start so far. A little bit of a forceful moves there on Cortese. And Mika Kallio, the next rider in front of me. I'm trying to go for a nice move on him without any contact. Tiny bit of contact there. But I have made the move. I'm up into 9th place. Morbidelli's the next rider. See if I can pass Morbidelli as quick as possible. Get into his slipstream. Pull out, pass him. Trying to do a cut back line on Morbidelli. Can I do it? Can I make it stick? Yes, I can. I'm alongside Simeon as well. Can I pass Simeon on this first lap too? Go up into 7th place. Outbrake myself there a slight bit and then hit the side of Simeon. But I have made the move stick. I am up into 7th place after the first lap. Dropped down to 12th off, or 13th off the grid, I believe it was in the end. And up into 7th place coming up to the end of the lap. Battling with Thomas Luthi for 6th. It's not been a horrible first lap. It hasn't been a great one, but it hasn't been a horrible one. I brake early here so I don't run too deep in and catch the back of Luthi, the Swiss rider. Try and get a good run off the final corner. I try and get the best run I possibly can. I hit the curb. That was really close to a high side. But I'm running a decent pace. I'm not far off the leader's pace on that first lap. Alex Rins has just set a 2:07.332 on his first lap of the race. I'm generally just trying to keep up with the riders in front. I don't think I can pass them because I haven't got the pace around this circuit, but I'm just generally trying to keep up with them, but I am losing touch with them a little bit. I don't think I did that well in the first race around here either. I just want to push as hard as the bike will allow me and try my best to get 3rd place at least. Morbidelli's just passed Simeon behind me. Outbrake myself there slightly, running very deep into this double right-hander. Come across the circuit for this left-handed corner straight away afterwards. No breather. Such a slow circuit. I'm not a big lover of these slow circuits with all these slow, tight corners. I prefer high-speed circuits where you can carry your speed, build your momentum, and yeah, just make chances for overtakes. On these kind of circuits, you just got to be good on braking. And I'm not good on braking. The AI always outbrake me. Oh my god. I felt the vibration on my bike there. I felt I was going to fall off. So I was forced into an overtake. But I passed them both. That's actually a really good move considering my bike was about to throw me on the floor. Up into 5th place. This is the least I expected. I did I did not expect this. I don't know what's happened. I've got no pace around qualifying. I don't even feel like I've got the pace around the race, but I'm somehow catching riders and passing riders. Up behind Alex Rins and Tito Rabat. Lowe's has just done a 2:04.398. What have I done? I've done a 2:03.832. Fastest lap of the race there by me. Absolutely pushing the bike now. There's a dry line that's forming. We're all on wet tyres, so I'm coming across onto the wet line. The AI is staying, the AI is staying on the racing line, but obviously that's the dry line. So they're going to kill their tyres if they do that. I'm trying to come onto the wet line here and save my tyres, but obviously these tight corners you got to kind of stay to the racing line, otherwise you're going to go wide. I wish the AI had common sense and they come across onto the wet line when it's drying up, because they will kill their tyres that way. Oh, I'm catching Rins and Rabat now. I'm getting close to them. I just don't have the straight line speed, so I need to kind of find a way to outbrake them, and I'm really bad at outbraking riders on this game. Not a bad run through there. Come across onto the AstroTurf, which is wet. Considering that's one of the wet parts of the circuit right now, that's not actually a bad decision. Obviously it can still throw you on the floor, but it's generally wet compared to the rest of the dry lines that are formed around the circuit. That was a weird overtake there. Oh, Rins and Rabat come back down the inside of me. I went around the outside, outbraked myself, managed to pass both of them. Into the slipstream of Rins now. Alex Rins, can I outbrake him? I'm going for it. I'm going for the overtake. I'm down the inside of Rins. He's got the inside line for the final corner of the circuit. I tried to do a cutback line. Didn't quite get enough acceleration off the corner. Ah, dang it. Might be in... That's not another fastest lap. What am I thinking? Absolutely struggling to pass Rins and Rabat. They're riding a very tactical race in front of me. This long sweeping first corner of the track. Oh no. I'm losing ground on them again. They're much better than me through this section. But then I outbrake. I like let the bike run in. They're still braking at that point. Oh, up behind them now. Up behind Rins and Rabat. I've come across into the wet line again. Make sure I keep my tyres relatively wet as I can. I'll brake myself there. Ah, come on. Fall back into my clutches. Rabat's been passed by Rins. A little bit of a shoulder move there. Forceful move on Rabat. I'm up into 4th place. A gentle version of a forceful move, but it was a forceful move. Trying to go around the outside of Alex Rins. And yes, I've made it stick. Or have I? I tried to block pass him slightly. Yes, I have. I'm up into 3rd place. Rins and Rabat in a few corners there from each other. I passed them both. See if we can close in on Zarco and Sam Lowe's. We are closing a little bit. We've passed Rins and Rabat and we are generally pulling away from them. Outbrake myself there slightly. Hit the back of Sam Lowe's. Not enough to cause either of us any problems. I'm alongside Sam Lowe's now. He's looking to see where I am. He's looking the wrong way because I'm on the other side. I'm just going to try and get into the wet line around the outside. Ah, nearly ended up in the pit lane there from a mistake. Oh no. I can see the 2 riders behind me. They're getting close. 2:03.232, is that the fastest lap of the race by me there? It might well be. Yes, it was. Absolutely freaking blistering lap there. Long sweeping right-hander in the first turns of this track. Oh no. I've lost so much ground on them. Maybe 3rd place is the best I can hope for. At certain times in this race, I was thinking, well, maybe I couldn't even get 3rd. And then I was thinking, maybe I could win this last lap. But no, third place is looking like the sensible position because I don't want to throw it down the circuit. Got a lot of tyre wear left, but the track is dry and we're on wet tyres. Well, the track's relatively actually dried, which is a problem, a big problem. But it might be okay for me because the AI might back off a little bit more than what I would because I'm braving it out. Zarco and Sam Lowes alongside each other. I've got a perfect view of this race that's happening in front of me right now. I'm going to get involved in it in a minute. Try and throw it down the inside of Sam Lowes. And I've passed Zarco as well. I'm into the lead of the race again. Johan Zarco's going to come back at me. Maybe even Sam Lowes will. Try and outbrake myself. Oh God. As you can tell from the orange tyre wear at the front there, I really did brake really late and forced a lot of weight on the front tyre. On a drying circuit, wet tyres, every time you brake it feels like you're going to fall off. I'm trying my very best to stay on the bike now. Those two riders are just behind me now. Come across into the wet line. I don't want to fall off. Staying on the wet line for a minute. You've got so much more grip on the wet line. I managed to slow the bike down without any sort of vibrations. Coming into the final corner of the track. And it looks like I'm going to win the race in Brno, Czech Republic. Get in there. From 11th place on the grid to winning the race. What an absolute great performance. It's around a circuit I don't enjoy riding either. I've closed the gap to Zarco and Lowes of 11 points now to Sam Lowes, who's leading the championship. Really good performance there. 7 points now to Johan Zarco. And yeah, that's really impressive. Tech 3 have got them up into 3rd place. The Suter team still have got no points at all. I'm pressing A to try and skip on. It's being useless. There we are, we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. And that's a great performance here in Brno. And this is where we're going to end the episode. I've been Chris12 and see if you've enjoyed this, leave a like, and if you're new around here, subscribe for more. And I will see you later.
It's the fruit of a lot of hard work.